This episode of the Juan of Words podcast is brought to you by our friends at Comcast Houston, who we are very proud to be working with. And they recently awarded through their Comcast Rise investment fund in the community of Houston in the entrepreneur
At the price of how much?
They invested $1 million.
They sure did. To how
Houston.
many? To how many?
To 100 businesses. They each received $10,000. So
there's a lot that you can do with $10,000 in your business.
yeah, and we are grateful for Comcast for their support of our small business and for the support of other small businesses. So enjoy the podcast, and thank you to our friends at Comcast.
Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Juan of Words podcast. I'm Juan Alanis,
My name is Angelica Casares.
and this is Parte dos, part two.
This is part two. So this question Q&A, get to know us. Apparently it's a two-parter. So you're listening to part two. We really hope you enjoy the first part. And if you haven't listened to the first part, head on over and listen to the first part and let us know what you think. I implore you to please come on in, listen to the questions and answer them for us. Answer them among this episode. If you're listening on Apple, that's fine. Go ahead and insert anywhere where it says give us a rating and a review. Give us a rating and a review, and then say, hey, by the way, this question, this is the way I would answer it. Or if you're listening on Facebook, let us know. Let us know. What would your answer be to any of these questions? Or you know what? I'll hit one you up. I'll hit one with you. One between you and your partner. Which one is more generous? You or them, and why? How about that?
That's the question you're asking them. Who's more generous, you or me? Or you and your partner?
You and your partner. Not you and them. They don't know you, Juan. You or your partner. Who's more generous, and why?
Leave us answers.
Leave us answers.
Answers, British.
Leave us your answer. Here is, do you believe people really have the psychic abilities?
Psychic abilities, though?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I do, because I'm scared. That's something that scares me.
It does. That scares the shit out of me too.
I don't want to know about it. I don't want if you do, don't tell me. If you don't try to show me. I don't want to know. I don't want to care to know. I don't want to see it.
Don't
I don't
read
want to
my
hear
cards.
about it. I
Don't
want
read
to
my
talk about
tarot
it.
cards. Don't read my palm. Don't read none of that.
I don't want to. I believe that you do. I don't want to know about it.
I told you about the time about psychic abilities, right? Well, these two stories. Let me tell you two stories about psychic abilities. I told you the one about my best friend's grandmother, right?
No,
I've told you that one several times, where she would read the tarot cards, and she would tell you what your life was going to be like sooner, right? In your future. Remember, she read my best friend's cards, and I remember her telling her, "Oh, you're gonna marry a dark-skinned man," and the guy that she had actually married, which was her husband, that she had her daughter with, he was light. And she was like, what? My grandma's crazy, whatever. And she ended up, she was telling her, you're going to end up with a bunch of kids, and I don't know what, and I don't know what, and I don't know what. And all those tarot readings that she did to my best friend came out.
See, I don't need to know.
It came out, and I never wanted her to read my tarot cards. I never wanted, because I just like you, it's I don't want to know. I don't want to worry about it.
No, I'm to me, I believe, if you believe that you have it, I believe that you have it. I respect it. I'm more power to you, this and that, whatever, but I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it. I just don't.
So let me tell you about the next one. Let me tell you the other one. I convinced an ex-boyfriend of mine. I convinced an ex-boyfriend of mine. To get his tarot cards read? No. That I had kind of something like psychic abilities.
Psychic abilities?
Okay, the movie The Craft was a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't that with Neve Campbell?
Yeah.
I had a crush on her.
So I had this person convinced that I was more than thou, right? I knew more than do I believe in psychic abilities? Yes. I think people, and I don't think it's psychic. I think people can read energy well. I think people have the ability to really absorb a room's energy and absorb and it's for me, it's sort of it sounds and feels like an awakening of sorts, right? You pull people's energy and you read off of it. Sometimes it's, and that's just, I feel like some people have like a slight ism of that when they read rooms and they know who to talk to, what to say, and they adjust accordingly to the room and according to who they're talking to. I think some people have that ability, you know what I mean? And so, so I convinced an ex-boyfriend that I had like psychic abilities, right? Well, back in the day when the cop cars, they used to be those big old those Impalas, those huge Impalas, right? And because they were constantly using them, you could hear when they would, the Impalas, when they would drive them around, I don't know what it was, but anyways, when they would brake, you would hear it squeak a little bit and go, and before it hits, like, you know, and it would do this at stop signs and they would do this at red lights.
To what I mean, the best of both worlds. We still had those cars that were made really well.
They were made really well, but they made a very certain distinct stop. And so I convinced my ex-boyfriend that I knew kind of like I was kind of psychic. I kind of knew things, right? And so I remember we were sitting outside of my house and there's like a stop sign at a block over, right by the school, like a block over. And he would, like, you could hear the fucking cop cars coming. They would like start to slow down. You would hear that distinct. And I remember one time we were outside and I was like, listen, and this had been me already trying to convince him that I was like psychic. I was like, watch, that's a cop car. And sure enough, here it comes and it stops at the stop sign. He never talked to me after that.
Estaba tontito.
He never taled to me after that.
Pobrecito, estaba tontito.
Nunca me habló después de eso. No, de la pendeja era yo. They were saying stupid shit. Like, what? No, I don't. Like, I'm not psychic. Do I believe you can carry energy and you can, like, absorb people's energy and you can read the room?
But yes. I told you about that one time that my sister said that when she had a crash, that she was on the freeway, she had a crash, that she saw the lady that lived next to us, because she was like, she would do stuff like that. She would like do like weird stuff like that. That when she crashed, right before she crashed, se le apareció a la señora, the face of the lady.
Ay.
And she was like, I think she's like a bruja or something. And I was like,
pero why her? Why was she? ¿Por qué se le apareció a her?
I don't know.
Why your sister? They had something against each other?
No, they didn't have anything against each other, but I guess just because she was like, I forgot what exactly was going on. I was young. I don't remember what exactly the story was, but.
Well, that would make no sense, though.
But it was my sister. She was like in her 20s, and that back then, and she was going to work
back
and
then.
stuff. And it's like, yeah, like, and then she was like totally spooked about. She was like, oh my god, like I think that lady se me apareció. She must have done like a curse on me or something. So every time after that I saw that lady, I would greet her very nicely.
Oh my god.
¿Cómo está? Buenos días.
Hola. Okay. Do you believe in astrological compatibility?
What does that mean?
Like, for example,
signs?
I'm a Sagittarius.
I do kind of believe in that.
What are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh shit. Do you know, based on our astrology, we're not even supposed to be together?
Really?
Yeah. So do you still believe in it?
I do.
But we're not even supposed to be together according to our astrology.
But I think that we have characteristics that like go well together.
I mean, I guess.
Who are you supposed to be with according to? Who am I supposed to be with according to, like?
I have no idea.
Astrology. You're the one saying it.
I think me. Well, it's because I've been watching. Like,
I know that I'm water, right? Cancer is water.
Yeah, and I'm fire.
Well, see, they are supposed to go together.
No, they're supposed to cancel each other out.
Yeah, they're opposites. Like,
so they're supposed to cancel each other out.
Opposites attract.
I don't think that's the way that works.
That is the way it works.
I don't think that's the way that works. Okay. Do you like to be surprised?
I used to say no, but actually I do. Like,
you do now. You do.
I do. Like I like, especially when it's like when there's kindness behind it. I do like to be surprised.
Yeah. When there's kindness behind it, not like there's malicious.
When there's when it's a gesture, you know, when it's a nice gesture, when somebody's thinking of you, when somebody wants to show you that they care. Then I do appreciate it. Like before, I used to be like, no, I don't want any attention on me. I don't want anybody to, like, you know, I don't want to be the center of attention. But now, like, if you say te nace, yo lo acepto.
All right. Well, let's talk a little about our relationship. I had one right here. Oh my God! Never mind. Some of these are a little out there.
I think you're on the same page I was on earlier. I was like, yeah, I don't think our family would appreciate us talking about this on the podcast.
I think one of this was, what's your favorite thing about our relationship?
What's the favorite thing about our relationship? I think that we understand each other. I think that we get each other. We understand each other. Like, it's very much like it's very much like you know, a give and give.
A give and give. You give and give, and I take and take it.
No, I feel like it's like very much like you know, I think sometimes when you're a couple and you don't have the same goals and you don't have the same like ideas and you don't have the same vision, like it's hard. And I've seen that, like, where it's hard to like, it's hard to not to be happy, but it's hard to feel satisfied because you feel like the other person never understands you. And I feel like you understand me and I understand you. Like, I understand that you, like, I don't know. I feel like for that reason, like, I think that's to me, like, I feel like we're equal in that we both want the same things.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if we understand each other quite well. What I do know is that we're very much want to be with each other. That I know.
What I mean is, like, I feel like we're both ambitious. And I think we understand each other from that perspective.
You know, I never considered myself ambitious.
Well, I think you are. I think that you're ambitious and I'm ambitious. And I think, you know, we push each other and we can prop each other up. And we can, like, you know, when one is feeling insecure, the other one can assure the other one. And be like, hey, you know, just try it again. Like, no, just do it. No, just give it a chance. Just, you know, just do, like, whatever. Like, you know, I think we're both very, I think that's the word. I think we're both very, like, ¿qué dije? Like,
I forgot.
Se me fue la palabra. But you're ambitious. And we're both very ambitious.
Yeah. I think for us, I think we're really good at carrying the relationship. Like, it's easy for one of us to carry the relationship. I trust you to carry it, like, if I need you to. And I think the same thing. I think you trust me enough to be like, okay, like, I have issues and you need to carry this.
Yeah.
You need to keep me in check.
It's like that thing that they said in that that's what I always think back to, is like, a veces uno va a estar abajo y uno va a estar arriba.
I hate that fucking description. Shut up with that one.
Y el que está arriba tiene que extenderle la mano al que está abajo. Like, extend your hand out to the one that's not.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the other one that uno tiene que morir for the other one.
No, I never use that one. Oh, I would say when one person. Sometimes, like, one person is here and one person is here, and the person that's here, you have to be willing to pull the person that's down there up.
For me, an extension.
That always stuck with me.
For me, an extension of that visualizing, that's not it for me. For me, it's like rowing a boat. It's like sometimes when one gets tired, one has to take over completely to carry the other one to keep rowing and going and going and going and going. Yeah. Until the other one's ready to, like, okay, we can do this together. Now we'll go. You know what I mean? Until, like, maybe I'm tired and I'm like, I just can't. And you're like, well, just sit in the boat and we'll keep going. I feel like we definitely made a relationship a journey, not a destination. Like, we're both enjoying it. No? What?
No, I was going to say, like, I mean, I think that, you know, I think life happens and it puts you in the position where it's like, are you gonna let that person sink, or are you gonna be there? And I think, like, we've been there, and I think because of that, it's like, you know, we've had to kind of say, like, okay, you know, es la hora de la verdad, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a moment where you look at each other and you're like, hey, you okay? Hey, you okay? You ready? Like, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, constant checking up on each other and then on each other. Like, okay, Like, you need more time? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Okay. You know what I mean? I think that's definitely... I think we can talk about a relationship more on and on and on and on and on, because we've been through some shit. Not like individually, but even together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's an interesting one. When did you first want to kiss me?
Really? I knew. I didn't know you were going to pick that one. You already know the answer. Like, I was trying to kiss you the first day that I met you.
Yeah, you sure fucking were. You fucking leaned in for a kiss. I was like, can I help you? And you're like...
I don't think anybody would have, like, guessed anything different.
The thing was that is when the restaurant that we were at, it was like you could see outside immediately. Like, the windows were all open. I was like, why are you coming in for it? You know your mother is there, right?
My mom was not there.
Was she not there?
No, it was my
They
sisters.
had left already, huh?
My sisters and my brother.
How does that make it any better? Like, everybody was there watching you walk me out.
Hold on, let me open this.
But yeah, so anyways. But yeah, you sure did lean in for a kiss. But that was so stupid, Juan. Then why did you call me 3 days later?
Because no matter how, you didn't let me give you a kiss.
You're so stupid. Okay. Some of these are a little out there, man. They're getting a little crazy.
TMI.
They are. Well, this one's fun. Let's go back to your backpack. How many times have you been in love, Juan?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think, like, I don't know. I think love, I've only been in love once.
Uh-huh.
And that's with you. But love, like, where I thought it was a love, maybe twice.
Okay. Yeah.
You?
I think feeling loved, where I was like, oh, this is what it is, once here in this relationship. And then being like in love, I think it was more infatuation. I've said I love you a couple of times, so I don't even know. I don't know which one and which one was true or not.
Well, I said I love you too, but I didn't feel like I was in love. Like,
I felt like I said I love you a lot.
I didn't. I only said it I only said it a handful of times.
I was ridiculous. Honestly, I was ridiculous. Again, I don't think I think I just said it because I thought I had to say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it was so
I did that.
Stupid.
I did that. I mean, somebody told me I love you, and I felt like I needed to say it back. And so I said I love you too. And I did care about the person that I did like, they were important to me, but I wasn't in love with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a teenager and I was like, I love you too.
I love you.
Well, let me correct that. I was a teenage boy.
Uh-huh.
I'll leave it at that. I was a teenage boy in my teens. So I'll leave it at that.
Here we go again with the fucking innuendos. Goddamn, Juan.
You back up on your bullshit, don't belong to me. You acting all sleazy, I don't like what I see. I got all the game, don't get fucked in your brain. I can do you worse than you ever did me first.
My name is Angelica Casares.
And I'm Juan Alanis.
So if you're out here and you've left us a rating, Juan, you just told me right now we had a rating, right?
Yeah, I was saying that I was saying that people have a lot of opinions about our podcast and our like.
I don't know if they have it. Like, they're not talking about us. They don't have a lot of opinions, but they've left us a review.
No, I say that jokingly because we've gotten a few comments here and there. And,
okay. So we're encouraging people to come leave us a rating and a review.
So
you're
we're
right. You're right.
One thing about us is that we are pretty thick-skinned. At least I consider myself to be pretty thick-skinned.
You are. So don't be mean to me.
So we take everything. We take all the feedback that you give us, and we really appreciate it because we feel like this is a learning experience for us as we're kind of learning to do this more and more. Yeah. And where we started a year ago is not where we are now, but who knows where we're going to be in a year from now if we're still doing this.
Yeah.
But
we're enjoying it.
We wanted to take a moment while you're listening to this podcast to just say thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us, and to remind you to share this podcast and any other podcast that you might have enjoyed with your friends and family, and to let you know that we're on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that good places that you can go and listen to podcasts. But you can find all our links at juanofwords.com and on all our social media accounts.
Back up on my piece shit, I don't care if you don't like it. I'm really different, don't gotta show you I'm like that.
Which one of us has a better sense of direction?
You.
Yes. Always.
You're my GPS.
Yes. Yes. We can go to one place 10 times and Juan will still not know where the hell he's going.
What's funny is that like I'll be like, Angelica, tell me the way to get back on the back streets, and she'll like look it up and tell me, and then she tells me, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to do all that. Like,
you need to tell me when to turn. Like, so I'll be like, 3rd Street, 1, 2, 3, turn right here. All right. Do you think yourself as an optimist or pessimist?
I'll go back and forth. Like, I think my instinct is to be pessimistic, and my I think I've gotten better at trying to be optimistic.
Okay. So, do you believe everything happens for a reason?
Yeah.
Truly?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I do. I believe that.
I don't think so.
I don't know. For me, I do. I feel like things just like how it says. It's like you can. I don't remember the expression, but it's something like that you can ask for things, but you also have to work for them. You know, like you can ask a higher power for like to get to for the things that you want, but if you don't work to achieve those things, then they're not gonna come to you. And so I think like sometimes if you put yourself in the frame of mind, if you position yourself for things to kind of fall in line, they will. But if you don't position yourself, if you get in the mindset that you're not worth anything, you can't do anything, you're not good at anything, you can't and it's easy to get into that mind frame, because we've all been there, where you feel like the odds are stacked against you, and you can feel like nothing's gonna work out, everything's against me, the world's against me, and it's easy to get stuck there.
I have to say it is more difficult to find good than it is bad.
Yeah.
It takes more work.
Especially
to look for the good than
especially
when
bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
Because you're like, how can I trust again? How can I
You think to yourself, oh, well, that was expected.
Yeah.
Of course it did. Of course it happened to me.
Yeah. But imagine if you say okay, this happened, but you know what? Tomorrow's another day. And then this thing that happened to me today is not gonna be so that it happened to me right now. It's gonna be it happened to me yesterday, and then it happened to me a week ago, and then it happened to me a year ago, and it doesn't have to define you.
Okay. So 2 more questions, and then we'll leave it at that.
All right.
Okay. Do you have a personal flaw that you'd fix if you could?
A personal flaw? I guess my flaw, or one of the flaws that I would fix, not my one flaw, but one of the flaws that I would fix is that I do still get in my own head, where I do still question the intentions of other people, or I question, how genuine someone is or an experience is, and so that makes me hold back from me allowing myself to be fully present, or allowing myself to be fully genuine,
to fully enjoy it.
Yeah. Because I hold back, or I'm so quick to want to find the no, let me find the needle in this haystack right here. Everything looks good, but no, let me keep looking. Let me keep looking.
There has to be something wrong.
And even though I'm I think I'm putting on a good face, and I'm
you can tell.
But I'm still doing that thing where people are talking to you and they're looking at around, and they're their eyes are not focused on you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm let me see. Where's the hole? Where's the air escaping from this balloon? And I think that's a flaw that I have, that I'm working on, because I think it's just in my nature to kind of be distrustful.
I don't know if I have a personal flaw that I'd fix. I'm perfect. I'm just kidding. Why you laugh?
Because you're the one that's putting that out there, not me. So I'm okay.
It's ridiculous. Obviously, I'm not true. I feel like I have a lot of flaws, but if I could fix one right now, right here today, would be my productivity. I'm good at coming up with the ideas. I'm good at daydreaming. I'm good at seeing the errors. I'm good at looking at the errors and seeing what there is to need to fix it. But I'm so stumped on like getting it done. For sure, procrastinator. So I have, and I maybe I need more like what is it called, like want, or like more like desire,
ganas.
Yeah, to like execute. Or maybe I'm not organized. I don't know what the fuck it is, man.
I think you just have to be like I think you just have to give yourself the space to say, you know what, this is this is where you're at right now.
It doesn't mean that 40. How much more space do I need?
But I think that's the thing, because I like I go through that where I feel like I beat myself up about like, oh, I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. today. I think like you have to give yourself the space, because like I feel like I still go through that where I'm like, you know, like I feel like, oh, I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. Oh, I didn't get like 10 things done before like 8 o'clock, or I didn't like, oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't work out today. Oh, I didn't. And like you beat yourself up about stuff. And then it's like,
go work out today. What the fuck do you, what?
Like work out, like if I didn't like, you know, go walk, or I didn't like lift like the little weights that I have in my room, which are not even the big weights. But like if I don't do that,
I've never even seen you do that.
Yeah, I do little things like that. And if I don't do it, sometimes I beat myself up about it. I'm like, que huevón, y quién sabe cuánto, like in my mind.
Jesus.
But
godly. But
I think it's like you just have to like give yourself permission to like be where you're at. And as long as you're moving forward, then, you know, that's fine.
I see. Yeah. So anyways, but I mean, that's just me. I just feel like I don't know. And I'm trying to give myself, I'm trying to get myself back in there to do more. So hopefully it works out for me. Hopefully sooner than later, for sure.
It will. And I think that sometimes the thing is like, sometimes we don't give ourselves the credit when we're making the progress. And I think like you've made a lot of progress, and I think that you don't give yourself the credit.
Because I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah, but it's like you don't give yourself the credit. Like the other day, like remember the other day I was telling you, like I was like, you know what, like when I was young, I thought I was so fat. Like I thought I was such a big boy, and I was like, you know what, I look back at my pictures and I was like, I wasn't even that big. And then I was like, you know what, I looked at years later again, I did the same thing, and I was like, wait, I wasn't even that big. And so now I'm like at the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm not obviously not my ideal body weight, but I'm okay with it. You know, I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with myself, because I'm like, I'm only going to be this age, and I'm only going to be this in this body. This is my body. This is my like whatever, you know. So like, why be unhappy your whole life and so, you know, it's something that you really can't change that much. And so to me, it's like, how much time did I not waste like criticizing myself
for it? Yeah.
And it's like, you know, lost time. That's what it boils down to. Lost time. And I was like, you didn't have to lose that time. You could have just been like, oh well, you know, this is where I'm at. You know, I got my health. I'm doing good. Like
we got our semi-health.
Yeah. No, we got our health.
We can be better.
No,
Let's be honest. We can be better.
No, I know, but we're like, if somebody's listening that doesn't have their health, we have our health.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So last question. If there's anything, okay. Is there anything you always wondered about me but hesitated to ask?
I feel like I know you.
We're so open, yeah, with each other.
I feel like I know you. I don't feel like there's anything.
Nothing? Nada? No?
Not that I would want to ask you here.
Oh shit. Okay. My bad.
No, but honestly, I don't think there is anything.
No, you don't think there is anything?
No.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we're gonna split this up. So this may be a 2-part series.
So if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to the second part series. We hope you enjoyed these questions and these answers. And if you'd like to answer any of these questions that we asked you, join us. Ask the same questions to your partner. Did you ask them? What did they say? Did you agree with some of our answers? Not agree, but they were very personal. So I don't know if you would agree with our own answers.
No, I mean, I think it's good to I think the conversation is good. And I think that I enjoyed sometimes when we go, it's not like we sit around having these conversations when we're just in our regular lives. You know, I think sometimes when we have these conversations here, they're things that we share that are oh, okay, little tidbits here and there that you're oh, okay, I didn't know that, or I didn't understand that, or so you see a little bit of yourself, but you don't always have these conversations randomly in daily life. So I would say it's always good though to have these conversations to just kind of talk about stuff.
More than that, I think it's good just to have conversations. Definitely open-ended questions are good ones. Just to hear your partner talk. And sometimes it's very therapeutic to just talk, and especially to a loved one, not just a professional, but somebody who can hear you, and you for whatever reason automatically it makes you rethink what you're saying. You know what I mean? You consider, you're do I really still believe that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I thought they were interesting. There's more interesting questions. Some of them were sexual questions, and I was I'm not asking those. So yeah. But maybe we can share a link where we found them, and you can ask your partner or your friends some of these questions.
Yeah. But thank you for listening. We appreciate it. And if you want to leave us a rating or a review, you can do that on Apple Podcasts. And we always appreciate it when you leave us your comments. If you're listening and you don't know that we record this show on video,
we do.
You
can watch it. Please watch it on Facebook and give us a like, a share, a comment on there. We'd very much appreciate it. That's where you probably most likely have found us. But if you found this on Apple Podcast, leave us a rating or a review. The more stars we get, the more comments we get, the more potential listeners that we'll actually get. And we'd greatly appreciate that. Or maybe you think, hi, I like your podcast, but maybe we might not be for you, and that's fine. That's perfect. But I'm sure you have a family member out there. I'm sure you have a friend out there who's interested in the conversation. Share it with them.
Yep. And we are also on Spotify, and you can also find us on YouTube. We have a little bitty channel there that has a little bit of views, but if you want to go and if you watch YouTube and you want to go find us, it's the same thing, juanofwords.com.
Yeah.
So just go find us there.
Also facebook.com//Juan-of-Words podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And with that,
we will see you later.
bye.
Bye-bye.